In case anyone forgot, some people are only invited to remember what they lost.
Say it louder. Everyone should hear this. The groom lifts his glass, smiling as the ballroom quiets. Crystal lights hang over hundreds of guests. Cameras turn toward him. In case anyone forgot, he says, eyes locked on Janice. Some people are only invited to remember what they lost. Laughter breaks across the room. Sharp, public. Janice stands near the back, still. Her black dress is simple, out of place among diamonds and silk. Look at her, he adds. She used to think she belonged here. A few guests glance at her, some whisper. No one steps in. Pause for a second. Would you stay quiet? Or walk straight into that moment? Janice moves. Slow steps across polished marble. The music fades. Conversations drop. She reaches the center aisle. Stops. Then lifts a thin folder into the light. Anton Weiss, she says calmly. We need to talk. The smile on his face tightens. What is she holding? Sit down, Janice, Anton says, his voice still smooth, but lower now. She doesn't move. The wedding planner freezes near the stage. Cameras keep rolling. I said sit down, he repeats, tighter this time. Janice steps closer instead. Her heels echo across the marble floor. Every step pulls more eyes toward her. You invited me, she says. Let me finish what you started. A few guests shift in their seats. Someone whispers his name again, louder now. Anton lets out a short laugh, trying to recover. This is not the place. You made it the place, she replies. The bride glances between them, confused, gripping her bouquet. Janice raises the folder slightly. Not high, just enough. Anton's eyes drop to it for a second. That's all it takes. His jaw tightens. He steps forward, lowering his voice. You don't want to do this. Janice meets his gaze, calm. Then why does this have your signature on it? Anton's smile disappears. Give me that, he says, stepping closer, hand already reaching. Janice pulls the folder back, just out of reach. Careful, she says. You wouldn't want to grab something you signed. A ripple moves through the crowd. Phones lift higher. What is she talking about? Someone whispers. The bride turns fully now, staring at Anton. What is she holding? Nothing that concerns you, Anton snaps. Too fast. Janice opens the folder halfway, just enough for the front page to show under the lights. Stamped, signed, official. Anton sees it. His breath catches for a second. You said I didn't belong here, Janice says, voice steady. So let's be clear about what belongs to me. He lowers his voice again, stepping closer. We can handle this privately. Janice doesn't move. No, she says. We're doing this right here. The room goes completely still. What exactly did he sign? Anton exhales sharply, forcing a smile back onto his face. Ladies and gentlemen, he says, turning to the crowd, this is clearly a misunderstanding. A few guests laugh, unsure. The tension doesn't break. Janice flips the folder open fully now. Pages slide under the lights. Say that again, she says. But say it after you read this. Anton doesn't take it. His hands stay at his sides. The bride steps closer, voice shaking. Anton, what is this? He doesn't answer her. His eyes stay locked on the papers. Janice tilts one page toward him. The signature is clear. His name, bold. You transferred it, she says. Every share. A gasp moves through the room, louder this time. That's not possible, someone mutters. Anton finally looks up. You think this changes anything? He says quietly. Janice meets his gaze. Tell them what you signed, she says. Silence presses in. Why won't he speak? Say it, Janice repeats, louder now. Anton looks around the room. Investors, board members, cameras still recording. He forces a laugh. It's paperwork, nothing more. Janice nods once, then turns the page toward the crowd. Duarte Holdings, she says. Full ownership transfer. Signed 6 months ago. A sharp murmur spreads. Phones lift higher. The bride steps back. You said that company was yours. Anton's voice drops. It is. Janice doesn't blink. Not anymore. A man in the front row stands, squinting at the page. That signature is real. Another voice follows. That changes everything. Anton's control slips for a second. Just a second. You don't understand what you're doing, he says. Janice steps closer. Calm, steady. I understand it perfectly. She closes the folder. Tell them the truth, she says. The room waits. Before the story continues, let me greet you. Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Stories like this travel across many cities and many lives. So before we begin, take a second and tell me where you are watching from. I enjoy seeing how far our community reaches. If you enjoy powerful stories about choices, relationships, and life lessons, please subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next one. Don't touch that, Anton says without looking up. Janice's hand pauses over his phone on the marble counter. The screen lights up with a message. He flips it over instantly. It's just coffee, she replies, calm, pulling her hand back. Morning light cuts through the Chicago skyline behind them. The penthouse is quiet, too quiet for a place this big. Anton adjusts his cufflinks, already dressed for the day. Sharp, controlled. You have a meeting at 9, Janice says. You asked me to remind you. I remember, he answers. Short. She sets his cup in front of him. He doesn't thank her. 3 years ago, mornings sounded different. Conversations, plans, laughter. Now, it's silence and schedules. His phone buzzes again. He doesn't flip it this time. He picks it up and walks away. Janice watches him move toward the window. Who keeps texting you this early? She asks. Anton doesn't turn. Work, he says. But why won't he look at her? Cancel dinner tonight, Anton says, scrolling through his phone. Janice looks up from the table. We already confirmed with them. Then unconfirm it, he replies. Something came up. She studies him. It's the 3rd time this week. He exhales, impatient. That's how business works. No, she says quietly. That's how you've been acting. He stops scrolling, looks at her now. What is that supposed to mean? It means you're never here, Janice answers. Even when you are. A beat. Tension stretches between them. Anton picks up his jacket. I'm building something. That takes time. And I've been part of that, she says. From the start. He walks past her. Doesn't stop. That was before, he says. The words land harder than he expects. Janice doesn't move. Before what? She asks. The door closes behind him. Silence fills the room again. What changed so suddenly? The door clicks shut. Janice stands there, still holding her cup. The coffee has gone cold. Her phone buzzes on the table. A name flashes. Unknown. She hesitates, then answers. Hello? A woman's voice. Calm. Confident. You should ask Anton where he was last night. Janice's grip tightens. Who is this? A soft laugh. Someone who knows the truth. The line goes dead. Janice stares at her phone. Her pulse picks up. Last night, he said he was in a meeting. Late. Important. She walks to the window. The city moves below, fast and distant. Her mind replays everything. The missed calls, the canceled plans, the silence. Her phone buzzes again. This time, a message. A photo appears. Anton, sitting close to a woman. Too close. Janice's breath slows. Not panic. Something else. She zooms in. Studies the image carefully. Where was this taken? Janice grabs her keys. No pause. No second thought. The photo stays open on her phone as she moves fast through the hallway. A rooftop bar. Chicago skyline in the background. She knows the place. 10 minutes later, she steps out of the elevator. Music hits first, then voices, then laughter. She scans the crowd. Faces blur. Lights flash. Then she sees him. Anton sits at a corner table, relaxed, leaning in, the same woman from the photo across from him. Too close, too comfortable. Janice walks straight toward them. No hesitation. Anton notices her halfway there. His expression shifts. Surprise, then something colder. Janice, he says, standing. What are you doing here? She stops at the table, looks at the woman, then back at him. You tell me, she says. The woman smiles slightly, doesn't move. Anton lowers his voice. This isn't what you think. Janice tilts her head. Then explain it, she says. Why doesn't he? Anton glances at the woman, then back at Janice. It's business, he says. Too fast. Janice lets out a short breath. At midnight? With drinks? The woman leans back, calm. You must be Janice. Janice doesn't look at her. I'm talking to him. Anton steps closer, lowering his voice. Don't do this here. Here? Janice repeats. You brought it here. A few people nearby turn. The music fades under the tension. The woman stands now, smooth, confident. You should learn when to walk away, she says. Janice finally looks at her. Really looks. And you should learn when you're being lied to, Janice replies. Anton's jaw tightens. Enough. He reaches for Janice's arm. She pulls back immediately. Don't touch me, she says. A beat, heavy. Anton straightens. His tone changes. Colder now. This is exactly why this isn't working anymore. Janice freezes. What does he mean by that? You're not coming home tonight? Janice asks, phone pressed to her ear. Anton's voice cuts through, distant. I told you. Late meeting. You said that yesterday. And I meant it, he replies. A pause, then the line clicks. He hangs up. Janice lowers the phone slowly. The apartment feels too quiet again. On the table, dinner sits untouched. Plates, set for 2, now cold. She checks the time. 10:47 p.m. Her screen lights up again. A notification. Anton's calendar syncs automatically. One new entry appears. Private dinner, 9:30 p. No location, no details. Janice stares at it. Her phone buzzes again. A second notification. A transaction alert. High-end restaurant. Downtown Chicago. Her grip tightens. He said meeting, she whispers. She taps the location. Pulls it up. Same place from the photo. Same place from last night. Janice looks toward the empty chair across from her. If it's business, why hide it? The front door opens at 1:12 m. Janice sits on the couch, lights off, phone in her hand. Anton steps in, loosening his tie. He stops when he sees her. You're awake, he says. You're late, she replies. A beat. I told you I had work. Janice stands, walks toward him slowly. At the same place as last night. His eyes flicker. Just for a second. What are you talking about? She holds up her phone. The transaction. The time. Anton exhales. You're checking my spending now? I'm checking your lies, she says. His jaw tightens. You're overreacting. Then say where you were. Silence. Anton looks past her. Not at her. I don't have to explain every move I make, he says. Janice steps closer. You used to, she replies. He shrugs slightly. Things change. The words hit harder than before. Janice studies his face. What else has changed? Anton walks past her. Head straight for the bar. You're making this bigger than it is, he says, pouring a drink. Janice turns slowly. Then make it smaller. Tell the truth. He takes a sip. Doesn't answer. Her phone buzzes again. Same unknown number. A message appears. He's not hiding dinners. He's hiding decisions. Janice's eyes narrow. She types back fast. Who are you? No reply. Anton watches her now. Who keeps texting you? Janice looks up. Maybe someone who knows what you're doing. He laughs once. Sharp. You're letting strangers get in your head. She steps closer. Then prove them wrong. Silence again. Anton sets the glass down harder than needed. I don't owe you proof, he says. Janice holds his gaze. No, she replies. You owe me truth. A beat. Heavy. Anton looks away first. Janice notices it. If it's nothing, why can't he say it? Anton's phone vibrates on the counter. Janice's eyes drop to it. A name flashes this time. Elena. Anton reaches for it fast. Too fast. Don't, Janice says. He stops for a second, then picks it up anyway. It's work, he says again. At 1 a.m.? She replies. He turns away, answering under his breath. I'll call you back. Janice steps closer. Put it on speaker. Anton laughs, lightly. This is not an interrogation. No, she says. It's worse. He pockets the phone. avoids her eyes. Janice folds her arms. Say her name. Anton freezes for a second, then shrugs. It's a client. Janice nods slowly. Then why do you look nervous? A beat. Anton steps forward, lowering his voice. You're crossing a line. Janice doesn't move. You moved it first, she says. His phone buzzes again. This time, she reaches for it. Will he stop her? Janice grabs the phone before he reacts. Anton lunges. Too late. Give it back, he says, voice sharp now. Janice steps back, screen already open. A message fills it. Room is ready, same as last time. Her eyes lift slowly to his. Client? She asks. Anton's expression hardens. You're invading my privacy. You're hiding something, she fires back. He reaches again. She pulls the phone away. Who is Elena? Silence. Thick. Anton exhales through his nose. It doesn't matter. It matters to me, Janice says. He shakes his head once. That's the problem. Janice freezes. What does that mean? Anton meets her eyes now. No softness left. It means this isn't working, he says. The words land heavy between them. Janice grips the phone tighter. This? She asks quietly. Or us? Anton doesn't answer. So which one is he ending? It's over, Anton says. No hesitation. Janice blinks once. You're ending this like that? He nods. Calm. Cold. It stopped working a long time ago. She takes a step forward. Then why didn't you say it? I just did. The words land hard. Final. Janice looks at him, searching for something, anything. You built this with me, she says. Everything you have. Anton shakes his head slightly. No, I built it. You were just there. Silence hits like a wall. Janice's breath slows. So that's what I was to you. He doesn't answer. Instead, he walks past her, opens the door. You should pack your things, he says. I'll have someone handle the rest. Handle the rest, like she's nothing. Janice doesn't move. Say it clearly, she says. Look at me, and say it. Anton pauses at the door, then speaks without turning. I don't want you here anymore. So where is she supposed to go now? Boxes stacked by the door, not hers. Movers, fast, efficient. Janice stands in the center of the penthouse, watching strangers touch everything she built. Careful with that, she says. A man nods, already lifting another box. Anton walks in, phone to his ear. No, move the meeting to Thursday. He doesn't look at her. Janice steps closer. You're throwing me out? He covers the phone for a second. I said I'd handle it. I didn't agree to this. You don't have to, he replies. The phone comes back to his ear. Conversation continues. Business as usual. Janice looks around. Photos are gone. Her clothes packed. Her space erased. Where am I supposed to go? She asks. Anton ends the call. Finally looks at her. You'll figure it out, he says. Simple, cold. Janice holds his gaze. You already replaced me, didn't you? Anton doesn't deny it. So, how long has this been happening? Flash. Cameras hit her face before she reaches the door. Janice, over here. Is it true you've been replaced? Did Anton leave you for Elena? Questions fire fast. No space to breathe. Janice stops on the sidewalk, caught in it. Anton steps out behind her. Calm, controlled, and Elena walks beside him. Perfect timing. The cameras shift instantly. Focus moves to them. Anton places a hand at Elena's back. Subtle, possessive. This is Elena, he says, voice steady. My partner. The word lands sharp. Janice's chest tightens. She doesn't move. A reporter steps closer. So Janice is no longer part of your life? Anton glances at her for a second. Just a second. Then looks back at the cameras. That chapter is closed, he says. Elena smiles slightly. Doesn't look at Janice. The flashes keep coming. Janice stands there, exposed. Is this how he chooses to end everything? Say something. A reporter pushes. Mike inches from Janice's face. She looks at Anton, then at Elena, then back at the cameras. You built this together, the reporter adds. Do you feel used? Anton cuts in. We're done here. He reaches for Elena's hand, pulls her forward. Janice steps in front of them, blocks their path. Together? She says. That's the word you're using now? Anton's eyes harden. Move. No, Janice replies. The crowd leans in, phones rise higher. Elena tilts her head. You're embarrassing yourself. Janice doesn't look at her. Stay out of this. Anton lowers his voice. This ends now. Janice holds her ground. It already did. You just didn't say it right. A beat. Heavy. She turns toward the cameras. Ask him when this started, she says. The reporters jump on it instantly. Anton, when did the relationship begin? He doesn't answer. Why won't he? Anton's silence stretches. Cameras stay locked on him. Answer the question, a reporter presses. Elena's grip tightens on his arm. We're leaving. Janice steps aside slowly. Not defeated. Watching. Anton exhales, then speaks. My personal life is not public property. That's not an answer, another voice fires back. He pulls Elena closer. We're done here. They walk past Janice. Close. Too close. For a second, Anton's shoulder brushes hers. No apology. No glance. Elena smiles as they pass. Small. Certain. Janice stands still, surrounded by noise. Do you have anything to say? Someone asks her. She looks at the cameras, then at Anton's back as he leaves. Her voice is steady. No, she says. A pause, then quieter to herself. Not yet. The words settle differently. This isn't the end. So what is she about to do next? Janice closes the door behind her. Silence. No cameras. No voices. She drops her bag on the table, pulls out her phone, scrolls, stops. That message again. Unknown number. He's not hiding dinners. He's hiding decisions. Janice exhales slowly, then types, what decisions? 3 dots appear, then disappear. Her laptop opens. Screen lights her face. She logs into the company system. Still has access. For now, files load, numbers, transfers, accounts she doesn't recognize. Her eyes narrow. That's not right, she whispers. She clicks deeper. One file leads to another. Shell accounts, off-record movements. Anton's signature appears again and again. Not small amounts, not mistakes, patterns. Her phone buzzes. New message. Check Duarte Holdings. Subsidiary level. Janice freezes. Who knows this much? She pulls up the file, opens it. Her expression changes. This isn't just cheating. What exactly has he been doing? Janice scrolls fast. Numbers line up too clean, too hidden. Subsidiary transfers. Off book, she says under her breath. Each file connects. Same pattern. Same signature. Anton's. Her phone buzzes again. Now you see it. Janice types instantly. Who are you? A reply comes this time. Someone who almost signed it too. Her eyes narrow. Almost? She picks up the phone. Calls the number. It rings once, then connects. Don't say my name, a woman's voice says. Low. Careful. Janice leans forward. Then give me a...
She closes the folder slowly. Tell them the truth, she says. And right here, in front of everyone, everything is about to change.
Reason to trust you. A pause. Because I have copies you don't, the voice replies. Janice's grip tightens. Why help me? Because you were supposed to disappear quietly, the woman says. Silence hits. Janice's voice drops. And I didn't. No, the woman replies. You didn't. Janice looks back at the screen. If this is bigger than her, how far does it go? Meet me, Janice says. No hesitation. A pause on the line. Not here, the woman replies. Too many eyes. Then where? Union Station. Lower level, 30 minutes. The call ends. Janice grabs her coat. Laptop stays open. Files still on screen. She hesitates for 1 second, then copies everything onto a drive. If this disappears, she needs proof. 30 minutes later, she steps into the station. People move fast. No one looks twice. A woman stands near a pillar. Dark coat, phone in hand. She doesn't look up. You're late. Janice steps closer. You called me. The woman finally meets her eyes. Calm, careful. Elena isn't the problem, she says. Janice frowns. Then what is? The woman hands her a small envelope. You're looking in the wrong place, she says. Janice opens it slightly, sees documents, different accounts, bigger numbers. Her breath slows. How deep is this? She asks. The woman steps back. You don't want to know. Janice grips the envelope. I need names. The woman shakes her head. You need caution. That's not enough, Janice says. It has to be, the woman replies. He watches everything. Janice glances around the station. Cameras, security, people moving past. Then why meet me at all? She asks. Because you're already in it, the woman says. Whether you act or not. Janice opens the envelope fully now. Account numbers, offshore routes, a second company tied to Duarte Holdings. Hidden, buried, intentional. Her voice drops. This isn't just business. No, the woman says. It's control. Janice looks up. And you almost signed this? The woman nods once. I walked away. Why? A beat. Because I read the fine print, she says. Janice closes the envelope slowly. If I expose this. She starts. The woman steps back again. You won't just hurt him, she says. Janice's eyes harden. So what happens if I don't? What happens if I don't? Janice asks. The woman's expression stays still. He wins, she says. Completely. Janice looks down at the envelope. Then back up. And you? She asks. I stay out of it, the woman replies. That's how I survive. A beat. Janice nods slowly. I'm not built like that. The woman studies her. Then be ready for what comes next. She turns, walks away, disappears into the crowd. Janice stands there, alone again, but different now. Her phone buzzes. A new message. They're already moving assets. Janice's eyes sharpen. She pulls out the drive. Tight grip. If I wait, I lose everything, she says quietly. Another message follows. If you act, you change everything. Janice exhales once. Slow. Steady. If you found out the truth, would you expose it or walk away? She lifts her head. Decision made. So where does she strike first? Janice shuts the blinds. The room goes dark except for her screen. Files open side by side. Names repeat. Patterns lock in. Shell after shell. She whispers. Her fingers move fast. Copy, save, cross-check. Every account leads back to one place. Not directly, never directly. Anton built layers. Clean on the surface, hidden underneath. Her phone stays silent now. No new messages. That worries her more. She pulls up a new file. Board approvals, signatures, dates. Her name appears. Janice freezes. They used me, she says. Documents signed months ago. Times she trusted him. Times she didn't question. Now those signatures connect to everything. Her breath tightens. If this goes public, her name goes with it. She leans back, thinking fast. Expose him, and she risks going down too. Stay quiet, and he keeps everything. Her laptop pings. New access alert. Someone just logged into the system. Is he already watching her? Janice freezes. The alert flashes again. New login detected. Executive access. Anton. She moves fast. Tabs close. Files disappear. Drive unplugged. Her screen clears just as the system refreshes. A message pops up. Active session detected. Janice doesn't breathe. Another message appears. Session terminated by administrator. Her access drops. Just like that. She leans back slowly. He knows, she whispers. Her phone lights up. Unknown number again. You waited too long. Janice types back. He just locked me out. A reply comes instantly. Then you stop playing inside his system. Janice stands. Grabs her coat again. If I can't go through him, she says, I go around him. Her eyes move to the drive in her hand. Everything she needs is there. But is it enough? Janice slides into a corner booth. Laptop open. Drive plugged in. A man across from her keeps his head down. No greeting. You brought it? he asks. She nods once. You said you could verify. He extends his hand. 30 seconds. Janice hesitates, then hands over the drive. He plugs it in. Screen fills with files. His eyes move fast. Where did you get this? Does it check out? She replies. A beat. He exhales. More than that. Janice leans in. Explain. He tilts the screen slightly. These accounts feed into a holding group. Not listed, not public. Owned by who? He doesn't answer. Not yet. Instead, he pulls up a document. Board authorization. Signatures. Janice sees her name again. Her chest tightens. I never approved this. You didn't need to, he says. Janice's eyes sharpen. Then who did? The man leans back. Low voice. He did, he says. Janice's eyes narrow. He can't sign for me. He didn't, the man replies. He structured it, so your approval was automatic. Janice stiffens. That's not legal. The man shrugs slightly. It is, if no one challenges it. A beat. Janice looks back at the screen. Every file connects tighter now. So he uses my name to move money, she says. And, to protect himself, the man adds. Janice's jaw tightens. Then I expose it. The man closes the laptop halfway. If you do that wrong, you become part of it. Silence. Heavy. Janice studies him. Then show me how to do it right. He hesitates. Just a second. Why help me? She asks. He meets her eyes. Because he's about to do it again, he says. Janice's voice drops. When? The man glances at his screen. Sooner than you think. So what is he planning next? Janice walks back into her apartment. The hallway is quiet. Too quiet. A white envelope sits on the floor, right in front of her door. No stamp. No name. She picks it up slowly. Turns it over. Inside, a thick card slides out. Black ink. Clean print. You are invited. Her eyes scan the rest. Anton Weiss, wedding ceremony. Private ballroom. Chicago. Date. Time. Everything precise. Janice exhales once. Of course. Her phone buzzes again. Unknown number. He wants you there. Janice types back. To watch? A reply comes. To remind you. She looks at the invitation again. Public. Controlled. Perfect stage. Exactly where he humiliated her before. Janice's grip tightens. If he wants a stage, she says quietly, I'll use it. She picks up the folder. Slides the drive inside. Her reflection stares back from the glass door. This isn't about revenge anymore. So what happens when she walks into that room again? Everything ready? Anton asks, adjusting his cuff. The planner nods quickly. Perfect timing. Guests are arriving. Anton glances at the ballroom. Lights set. Cameras placed. Every angle covered. Good, he says. Elena steps beside him. You're sure about the speech? Anton smirks slightly. It will land exactly how I want. She studies him. You're still thinking about her. No, he replies. I'm finishing something. Across the room, investors gather. Quiet conversations. Watchful eyes. Anton scans the guest list again. One name circled. Janice. She'll come, he says under his breath. Elena folds her arms. And if she doesn't? Anton looks toward the entrance. Calm. Certain. She will. The doors open. More guests step in. Anton straightens. Takes a slow breath. Everything is set. But control only works if nothing breaks it. So what happens if she actually shows up? Janice steps out of the car. Flashbulbs hit instantly. Not as many as before, but enough. Janice, are you attending the ceremony? Were you invited, or did you come on your own? She doesn't answer. Keeps walking. The ballroom doors rise ahead. Tall, bright, guarded. Security glances at her invitation, pauses, then steps aside. Inside, everything shines. Crystal lights, white flowers, quiet power. Janice moves through the room without stopping. No hesitation. A few heads turn. Recognition spreads slowly. She actually came, someone whispers. Janice hears it. Keeps walking. Her eyes scan the space. Cameras. Investors. Board members. All the people who need to see this. Her grip tightens on the folder. Not yet. She finds a seat near the aisle. Not hidden. Not exposed. Perfect. Her phone buzzes once. Unknown number. Timing matters. Wait for him to speak. Janice looks toward the stage. So what exactly is he planning to say? Music fades. Conversations drop. Anton steps onto the stage, microphone in hand. Thank you all for being here, he begins, voice steady. The room settles, eyes on him. Janice watches from her seat, still, focused. Elena stands nearby, smiling for the cameras. Anton continues. Tonight is about new beginnings. A few nods, light applause. He pauses, then glances toward the crowd. But before that, I believe in closing old chapters properly. A shift moves through the room, subtle, curious. Janice doesn't move. Anton's eyes find her. Hold. There are people who walk into your life, he says, thinking they deserve a place they never earned. A few guests chuckle. Janice's grip tightens on the folder. Anton smiles slightly, and sometimes they need to be reminded of that. The room leans in. Janice exhales slowly. So this is how he plans to do it. Anton raises his glass slightly. Some people confuse access with ownership, he says. A few guests laugh again, louder this time. Janice feels the shift, eyes turning, waiting. Anton takes a slow step forward. They sit at your table, sign your papers, and believe it makes them equal. More laughter, sharper now. Elena watches the crowd, pleased. Janice stays still. Her expression doesn't change. Anton tilts his head. But business is not built on emotion. It's built on value. A man near the front nods. Others follow. Janice's fingers press into the folder. Anton lowers his voice slightly. And when someone brings no value, he lets the sentence hang. The room holds its breath. Janice's eyes lift to him. Calm. Anton finishes it. You remove them. A few claps, then more. Janice stands. Chairs shift. Heads turn. Anton stops mid-step. This wasn't part of his plan. What is she about to do? Janice steps into the aisle. Slow, measured. Finish your speech, she says. Calm, clear. Anton watches her. Smile tight now. I was about to. Good, she replies. Make sure you include everything. A ripple moves through the crowd. Phones rise again. Elena leans toward Anton. Stop this. He doesn't move. His eyes stay on Janice. You were saying something about value, Janice continues. Anton lifts his chin slightly. Yes. Janice raises the folder just enough for the front row to see. Then let's talk about what you actually built, she says. Silence drops across the room. Anton's jaw tightens. This isn't the place. Janice takes another step forward. You made it the place, she replies. A beat. Heavy. She reaches the stage. Stops. Anton lowers his voice. Don't do this. Janice meets his eyes. Too late, she says. The room waits. So what happens when she opens that folder? Anton lets out a short laugh. You always pick the worst moments. A few guests laugh with him. Relieved. Janice doesn't react. You walked in here, Anton continues, louder now, holding papers like they make you important. More laughter. Cameras zoom in. You forget something, he adds. I built everything you're pointing at. Janice tilts her head slightly. Did you? Anton smiles wider. Without me, you're just noise. A man near the front chuckles. Others follow. Elena watches Janice now. Curious. Janice looks around the room. Slow. These people, Anton says, gesturing to the crowd. They understand value. He steps closer. You never did. The words land sharp. Public. Final. Janice's fingers press against the folder. She doesn't speak yet. Anton lifts his glass again. This is exactly why she's not here anymore. A few claps break out. Janice exhales slowly. So how much longer will he keep talking? Anton steps closer. Voice steady. You want attention? You have it. A few guests laugh again. Louder this time. Janice stands still. Eyes on him. You stood next to me, Anton says. and thought that made you equal. The crowd leans in. Cameras lock tighter. It didn't, he adds. Elena crosses her arms, watching. Janice's grip tightens slightly on the folder. Still calm, Anton tilts his head. You signed papers you didn't understand. A ripple moves through the room. That's how this works, he continues. People like you follow. People like me lead. Some nod. Some stay quiet. Janice's eyes shift across the crowd. Board members, investors, all listening. Anton steps back, satisfied. You should have walked away quietly, he says. A beat. Janice finally speaks. You're done? The room stills again. Anton smiles. For now. Janice nods once, then lifts the folder slightly. So what happens when she finally speaks? Janice opens the folder. Slow, deliberate. No, she says. Now, I'm done listening. The room tightens. Every eye on her. Anton exhales, annoyed. Make it quick. Janice pulls out the first document, holds it up. Duarte Holdings, she says. You said you built it alone. A few nods from the crowd. She tilts the page toward the front row. Read the signature. A man leans forward. Squints. That's his. Janice flips to the next page. And this, she continues. And this. Anton's smile fades slightly. These aren't small deals, she says. These are transfers. The word lands heavier. Someone whispers. Transfers of what? Janice looks straight at Anton. Tell them, she says. He doesn't move. Janice lifts another page. Or I will. The silence deepens. What exactly is she about to expose? Anton steps forward, voice low. You don't understand what you're holding. Janice doesn't move. I understand enough. She lifts another page. Offshore accounts. Hidden subsidiaries. A sharp murmur spreads through the room. That's not proof, Anton says quickly. Janice tilts the document toward the front row. Then explain your signature, she replies. A man stands halfway. Those numbers, that's not public reporting. Another voice follows. Where did this come from? Anton's control slips for a second. This is confidential business. Janice nods. Exactly. She takes a step closer to him. Confidential. Until it becomes fraud. The word hits harder than anything before. Elena's expression changes. Anton's jaw tightens. Careful. Janice meets his gaze. You should have been. The room shifts. No laughter now. Only tension. Janice lowers the page slightly. Want me to keep going? She asks. Anton doesn't answer. So what else is inside that folder? Janice flips to the final page. No, she says. Let's finish it. She lifts the document higher. Full ownership transfer. Signed 6 months ago. A wave of confusion hits the room. What transfer? Someone asks. Janice points to the signature. His. Anton steps forward. That document is out of context. Janice doesn't look at him. Then explain it. Silence. A man from the board moves closer. Is this real? Another voice follows. Did you sign this? Anton's composure cracks. Just slightly. It's a strategic move, he says. Janice turns to the crowd. Strategic enough to give up control? The word lands heavy. Control. Elena steps back now, distancing. Janice closes the folder slowly. Do you think he deserves what's about to happen? She looks back at Anton. Tell them who owns your company now, she says. The room holds its breath. Why won't he say it? Say it, Janice repeats. Calm, firm. Anton doesn't move. His eyes scan the room. Investors, board members, cameras still recording. You're making a mistake, he says quietly. Janice steps onto the stage. Closer now. No distance left. Anton Weiss, she says clearly. Tell them who owns your company. The full name hits different. The room sharpens. A man in the front stands. Answer her. Another voice follows. We need clarity. Now. Anton exhales. Slow. Calculated. This is a restructuring, he says. Janice nods once. Then say it properly. Silence stretches. Anton's jaw tightens. Temporary transfer. Janice lifts the folder again. No, she says. Permanent. A ripple breaks through the crowd. Louder now. Permanent? Someone repeats. Janice looks straight at him. You signed it, she says. Anton's composure slips. Just a second. So why would he give up control? You didn't read it, Janice says. Quiet. Precise. Anton's eyes lock on hers. I knew exactly what I signed. No, she replies. You assumed. She flips to another page, holds it toward the front row. Clause 12, she says. Control transfer upon activation. A man steps closer, reads fast. His expression changes. This isn't temporary, he says. Murmurs rise. Louder now. Anton steps forward. You're misinterpreting legal language. Janice doesn't look at him. Then explain it, she says. Another board member joins. Takes the page. This grants majority control, he says slowly. The word lands heavy. Majority. Elena takes a step back. Anton's voice hardens. That clause was never meant to execute. Janice meets his gaze. But it did, she says. Silence crashes over the room. Investors exchange looks. Phones come out. Janice lowers the page slightly. So who's in control now? Janice steps closer to the edge of the stage. Read the name, she says. The board member looks down again. Slower this time. Careful. His voice drops. Janice Carter. Controlling shareholder. The room breaks. Voices rise all at once. That's not possible. When did this happen? Why wasn't this disclosed? Anton steps forward. This is being taken out of context. Janice turns to the crowd. Then asks him why he needed my signature to move money. The word hits again. Money. A man near the back lifts his phone. We need legal here. Another voice follows. This affects the entire board. Elena steps further away now, no longer beside him. Anton's control slips again. This is internal business, he snaps. Janice shakes her head. Not anymore, she says. She lifts another document. Want to see where the money went? The room leans in. How much has he really hidden? Janice spreads the pages across the podium. 3 accounts, she says. All linked. None reported. A man from the board steps closer. Show me. She points. Follow the transfers. He scans fast. Stops. Looks up. These aren't operational funds, he says. Another voice cuts in. Then what are they? Janice answers without hesitation. Diversions. Anton steps forward. That's an accusation. Janice meets his eyes. It's a record. The room shifts again. Stronger this time. Phones rise. Messages fly. A woman near the front speaks. We need compliance on this immediately. Elena backs away completely now. Distance clear. Anton's voice tightens. You're damaging your own position. Janice nods once. I already calculated that, she says. A beat. If I go down, I go with the truth. Silence hits again. Janice taps the final page. So tell them. How much you moved, she says. Anton doesn't speak. Why can't he deny it? Anton's silence stretches too long. A board member steps forward. We're suspending all activity effective immediately. Another voice follows. Lock the accounts. Phones move fast now. Calls made. Orders given. Anton looks around. Control slipping from every direction. This isn't over, he says. Voice tight. Janice meets his gaze. No. It just started. A man in a dark suit approaches the stage. Badge visible. Mr. Weiss, he says. We need you to come with us. The room freezes. Elena takes another step back. No hesitation now. Anton looks at her. She doesn't meet his eyes. Janice watches. Calm. Still. You planned everything, Anton says to her. Janice shakes her head. You signed everything, she replies. A beat. Final. Anton's shoulders drop slightly. For the first time, he has no answer. The room watches him lose everything. So what does he have left now? Voices overlap. Loud. Uncontrolled. Cancel the ceremony. Shut the cameras off. No. Keep recording. The ballroom breaks into chaos. Guests stand. Chairs shift. Phones still raised. The wedding stops without an announcement. Anton is led off the stage. No speech. No goodbye. Janice watches him go. No anger, no rush, just stillness. Elena disappears into the crowd. No one follows her. A man rushes past Janice. This will hit every outlet by morning. Another voice answers. It already is. Janice exhales slowly. All the noise fades around her. The stage looks smaller now. The lights feel harsher. She closes the folder. Tight grip loosens. A woman approaches her. You knew this would happen? Janice pauses. No, she says. A beat. I knew it had to. The room keeps moving. But for her, everything just stopped. So what does she do now? Janice steps off the stage. No one stops her. The crowd parts without being asked. Whispers follow her. That's her. She owns everything now. Did she plan this? Janice doesn't respond. A reporter moves in front of her. Janice. One statement. She keeps walking. Was this revenge? Her steps slow for a second. She looks at the camera. No, she says. A pause. It was truth. The reporter leans closer. And now? Janice holds his gaze. Now I decide what happens next. She walks past him. No hesitation. Outside, the air feels colder. Cleaner. The noise from inside fades behind her. Her phone buzzes again. Unknown number. You did it. Janice types back. No, I finished it. 3 dots appear. Then stop. She looks up at the city lights. But what does finishing it really mean? Janice walks down the sidewalk. Heels steady against the pavement. Traffic moves. City noise returns. Normal life continues. Her phone buzzes again. A news alert fills the screen. Duarte Holdings under investigation. CEO detained. Janice stops for a second. Reads it again. Then locks her phone. A car pulls up beside her. Window rolls down. The man from earlier. You just changed everything, he says. Janice looks at him. No. I revealed it. He nods slightly. The board is calling an emergency meeting. I know, she replies. You're expected there, he adds. Janice glances toward the street ahead. Not tonight. The man studies her. You sure? Janice nods once. They can wait. A beat. For once, she adds, I'm not reacting. She steps back from the car. The city lights reflect in her eyes. So what does she do with all that power now? Janice reaches a quiet corner. Streetlights glow above her. She sits on a bench. The city moves around her. For the first time, nothing is chasing her. Her phone buzzes again. Not unknown this time. A board member. She answers, Yes? We need direction, the voice says. Everything is on hold. Janice looks ahead. Cars passing. People walking. Life moving. Then keep it on hold, she replies. A pause. That's not how this works, the voice says. Janice exhales slowly. It is now. Silence on the line. You're in control, he adds. Janice nods slightly. I know. She ends the call. Her reflection stares back from a dark window across the street. Same face. Different position. Power feels quieter than she expected. No applause. No noise. Just decisions. Janice leans back slightly. So what kind of leader will she become? Janice stands. One last look at the street. Then she starts walking again. Her phone stays silent now. No pressure. No noise. Just space. She stops at a crosswalk. Waits. A couple walks past her. Laughing. Simple. Easy. Janice watches them for a second. Then looks away. Respect, she says quietly. That's all it ever was. The light changes. She crosses. Behind her, the city keeps moving. Ahead of her, everything is open. Her phone lights up once more. Another alert. Emergency board meeting scheduled. Immediate attendance requested. Janice reads it, then locks her screen. Tomorrow, she says. Not rushed, not forced. Her pace stays steady. Would you choose revenge or peace? And if you had the chance to take everything back, would you? Janice doesn't look back. She doesn't need to.